I swore off black guys. So for me at the time, Ryan obviously loved me in a way that I had never been loved before, just like he told me he would. Ryan had sex with me in a way that I had never had sex before, just like he told me he would.
No. She got with, hold on, we got to take our time with this one. So I look headless, hold on. She's a beautiful sister, by the way. Real beautiful sister. But listen to what she said. She got with Zaddy. She got with Zaddy and swore off black men. Now, this is a beautiful sister. This is a good-looking sister. Let's be clear. All right? She swore off black men. Hold on.
And with that being said, I took the love that I was getting from Brian, and I generalized it to all white men. And I went on the record to say that white men treat black women better than black men treat black women.
So Zaddy turned her out. Zaddy turned her right on out. All right? So she got with her Zaddy and said, Mom, fuck all these niggas. She been with one white man. White man treats you better than y'all niggers. So she thought she arrived. And we're going to break it down. And this is the thing with black people who get with the mommies and zaddies. You think sexual access to zaddy is going to make you somehow different from other black people. Negroes think sexual access to Becky is going to make you different from other black people. I'm not black, I'm OJ. It's that type of thing. See, we get on this thing where sex with them confuses us, but it doesn't confuse them. But hold on, let me break it down. Hold on.
White men treat black women better than black men treat black women. I went on Facebook and I said that, and people didn't like that. They came for me, and I don't blame them, as they should.
And we're breaking it down, but she did that as a way of showing out. You notice a lot of people, black people, get into interracial relationships, and it becomes a showing out thing. Look at me, I'm better now. It becomes a showcasing thing. So don't miss that.
But I was confident in that sentiment. Like, I just knew that to be true simply because of the way Ryan treated me. So now I know that just because I wasn't loved like that by the black men that I dealt with in the past doesn't mean that a black man is...
Now, she's saying the word love. I wasn't loved like that. Zaddy was probably licking her ass and doing all types of gutter sex shit. Notice she keeps trying to soften the blow. I was loved like that. No, Zaddy was just licking her ass, eating her out all types of crazy, fucking her every which way. That's what it was. Having all types of gutter sex with her, and that's what they do.
Not capable of loving a black woman. That's just the men that I dealt with that didn't really love me like that. And it's so funny because, like I said, I didn't care about race when I was dating because all I dated was black guys. So I didn't care about anyone else. But it wasn't until I was under hypnosis of a white man that I started to compare and contrast the two men.
Now, see, this sister I respect her honesty. This is how almost all them bedwenches think. And she's being honest. She was under hypnosis. That's what Zaddy be doing. They be hypnotizing these bedwenches, and they think that they ain't really black no more. And then they give them jobs at the Root and at Ebony and at the Griot and all these places. Yes, under hypnosis, y'all. She's being honest. I respect her honesty. This is what these bedwenches be thinking, y'all. This is them in their own words. Zaddy be hypnotizing them. They get turned out by Zaddy. You did? They get with y'all don't understand how some of these chicks be sitting up here desiring Zaddy. That's why they won't do nothing about white supremacy. That's why they be attacking us who do. The people who do, this is how they think. They're hypnotized by Zaddy. And they think because Zaddy has gutter sex with them, oh, nobody loved me like that. No, because Zaddy looks at black skin as something to be fetishized and exotic. So the sex is more lustful. Oh my fucking God, your skin is so hot. Oh God. Oh, your black ass. Oh, your black ass rocks. Look how fucking your chocolate tits. Oh God, yeah. That ain't love. He's lusting over you because the shit is exotic to him. Brothers don't be doing all that. Like, nigga, I'm black, so I got a big black dick. I ain't tripping on that. So brothers ain't every little piece of your skin. Niggas ain't lusting over. Oh God, fucking. Like, no, you black, I'm black. You dig? Oh, look at your nappy bush. Oh God, I love the fucking naps. The way it scrapes against my fucking face is so good. You dig? That's where you think that's some love. No, this freak is getting off on the exoticness of you. They think you're exotic. You dig?
Black and white. So I found that to be, well, I find it now to be interesting. At the time, I didn't know what the fuck I was saying. But now I just find it like, wow, I got a little dose of abusive ass love from a white man, and I completely shitted on black men.
It turns. It sounds exotic and cute at first, but then the Zaddy can't be fake too long. It becomes, oh, your black eyes is so fucking hot. Your black skin, your chocolate skin. Oh, you're such a good nigger bitch. Then it gets to being you being a nigger bitch. All right? All that exotic, ooh, you're so hot. In a minute, you're going to be a nigger bitch plantation hoe in the bedroom. There it is. We've been telling y'all this for years. Y'all think we hating on you because you got with Zaddy and we don't want to see your joy. We know how they get down. You know he done called all types of nigga bitches in the bedroom. Oh, I'm sorry, I got caught up. I'm sorry. Give me your black fucking Aunt Jemima cooch. You know, he's then they get abusive. Because that's what it's all about. It's about slave play. That's what it's about. All of a sudden, all that shit is going to get real abusive. So now you done fuck your dignity up. Now you want to come back to brothers after Zaddy done destroyed your damn dignity. Okay. Now, oh, bro, I love me some brothers now. Now she done got an afro. She done probably took a little janky lace front out. I love me some brothers. When is Hidden Colors 5 coming out? Oh, you got it popping now. Oh, so now you black again. She gonna put on one of Roland Martin's koofies. Now after Zaddy done ran through you and called you all types of plantation nigga bitches. Now, hey brothers, y'all, any brothers looking for a queen? I'm ready to be a black queen now. Okay, now we worthy of you now? All right. Please. Oh.
I feel like white men fetishize over black women.
Duh.
I don't care what the situation is. I don't care if y'all married. I don't care about none of that. I feel like it's a fetish, and I feel like it's an agenda, honestly. And here's why I feel this way. So this is so fucked up. So me and Ryan, we'd be asleep, right? Ryan would wake up in the middle of the night, go in the living room, and watch porn. Whatever, you know? That doesn't sound too bad, but number one, you got me laying in bed. Why you ain't just tap on my shoulder? Like, I would have raised my ass up a little bit, you know? Why you ain't just tap on my shoulder? But that's not even the bad part about it. The bad part is the type of porn he would watch. So he always watched black women getting the train ran on them. That was the only porn he watched. And why do I know this? Because Ryan wasn't smart enough to search.
Lord, so you just had a regular old zaddy freak. Wasn't nothing special about him. That's all they do. Lord, Lord, Lord. So you had you a zaddy who's just all into degradation porn for sisters. Ghetto sisters getting ran through and ghetto gagged. Understand, these people still believe in white supremacy. White supremacy is also about sexual dominance. White supremacy is about sexual dominance. So, yeah, he's watching those porn movies of sisters getting ran through and degraded so he can learn some new moves for you. Oh, God. God. She's trying her best because she's embarrassed still. Basically, he wanted you to be a bedwench coon mammy. He didn't like your roots. Of course he don't. When they're fucking you, they want you to be a bedwench in and out the bedroom. He don't want you to bring no other blacks around. He don't want you being around black culture. When they bring you in the big house, they want you to be cut off from the rest of black society. Now you see why these women, when they get with Zaddy, they start talking about, well, what about black on black crime? All lives matter. That's what he was doing to her. He was getting her coon prepped. Oh, she was about to be wearing a Make America Great Again hat pretty soon. That's what they do to bedwenches. They cut you off from the rest of black society. They have to isolate you so that they can psychologically damage you. Yeah, she was being coon groomed. Oh, she was being coon groomed. Hell no, he don't like your roots. Hey, don't fucking talk about slavery. Fuck all that stuff, man. We're all humans, dude. Now bend your nigger ass over so I can fuck it.
Didn't love the potential he didn't love my potential. He didn't love me in full. I think he loved, one, the idea of me. I think he loved what I looked like. And I was Ryan's first black girlfriend, just like he was my first white boyfriend. I think he loved being able to say that he was with a black woman. I think he loved the attention that we got from other people just outside of our relationship. I think he...
Now that's big right there. No, you know, so it's a showboating thing. You dig? And the fact that you have to showboat it, it's not a genuine thing. It's just racial displaying. That's all it is. It's a fetish. It's just a big ass fetish when you have to do all that racial showcasing in public. It's just a fetish. You understand? And that's what they like bringing their Negro fetishes around, because there's a saying in white male society that you're not a real man unless you slept with a black woman. That's a saying. So they like to parade sisters around like, look, I'm fucking her, yeah. And they like to parade them around black dudes like, hey, black guy, I'm fucking your girl. Yeah. That's a real big thing with them. Yeah, I fucked her. I fucked your girl, dude. You dig that? It's a racial showcasing thing. You understand? Y'all really got to understand the psychology of these zaddy bedwench relationships. It's hella deep, man.
You love. I think white men know just how powerful black women are. And I think he wanted a piece of that pie. I think he wanted a piece of that beauty. He wanted...
It ain't about... No. See, then she ain't coming to terms with it. They ain't with you because you powerful. They're with you to dominate you. No, it's a domination thing. See, that's what now she's telling the truth, and so now she's lying to us. You got to kind of tell yourself shit to feel better. I'm just so powerful. He wanted to be with me because I'm powerful. But you on here breaking down, whining about how you got treated with gutter sex. That ain't power. That's not power. Come on. Now she has to lie to herself now. Come on. She's trying to save face. It's hard to say, yeah, somebody treated me like a plantation slut. Now, yeah, her ego is, no, just come to terms with it. You can't say, you don't want to say you were treated like a plantation slut, but I was just too powerful. And they understand our power. They just can't deal with it. Don't stop. No.
I feel like it made him, it boosted his ego to have a black woman, you know? I feel like Ryan's presence isn't as noticed, number one, by himself, and number two, with the white woman. I feel like his light is very dimmed down by himself and with the white woman. I feel like Ryan with the black woman gives him this
white supremacy.
Whatever that word is.
The word is white supremacy, dear. She's trying to find the word. The word is white supremacy. Like I said earlier, the white supremacists by themselves, they're bored. That ain't nothing. Being able to dominate black people, that gives them an identity. I was just talking about that earlier. Being able to dominate a black person verbally, systematically, or sexually gives them an identity. Now he feels confident. Now he feels confident in dominating you. Not because you're powerful. He's showing that you're weak. He can dominate you. Because there's only so much they can do to a white woman. Let's be clear. There's only so much these white dudes can do to a white woman. They got to kill a white woman. White woman, they'll come back with Gloria already on his ass. There's only so much they can do. It is. Because white women, they have a feminist movement that has power. But he can do with you whatever the hell he wanted. He knows you ain't got no power. Who are you going to get to stop him? Who are you going to get to stop him from doing God knows what to you? He knows that. We got to be very truthful about these type of relationships.
You know? And so, yeah, like, I can't get with that. And I feel like that is how it is for every white man when it comes to a black woman. So with that being said,
look, the ladies, don't get ran through and broken down by Zaddy and then start coming back rocking your kente cloth dress with us. Come on. I commend the sister for at least being partially honest. And then y'all want to come to brothers after Zaddy done what he had to do. You dig? And then you wonder why brothers are like, I don't know, I don't know, something ain't right with you. You dig? You done had a monster's ball. You dig? You come to us with the dripping with mayonnaise, and then when Zaddy done broke you down and fuck your mind up, all of a sudden, hey brothers, assalamu alaikum, Black Power brothers, Black any herbal tea? Anybody got some herbal tea? Oh no. See, y'all better listen when brothers are telling you how these zaddies get down. Y'all better listen. Yeah, this woman's soul has been ran through. See, that's why I don't like people putting the rap on brothers all the time. Y'all be out here secretly messing with these zaddies, and that's where y'all be getting fucked up in the game. Not only that, I take it a step further. A lot of these diseases come from these zaddies. A lot of these diseases, including AIDS, come from these zaddies. A lot of women out here, low-key, sisters are messing with these zaddies. Yes, y'all do Quandolin, whatever your name is. Y'all be out here messing with these zaddies. And these dudes be big freaks. And I'm saying it. I said this on my other broadcast. That's where a lot of AIDS come from. We're going to have to get deep with this. See, that's the missing link people don't like to talk about. There's a lot of sisters like that who secretly get with these zaddies. They try to keep it on the low sometimes. And these zaddies be fucking any and everybody or everything. These dudes they're into all types of shit. Exactly. The white tourists be going over there with sex trips, sex tours over there doing any and everything. That's where a lot of AIDS come from. There's a lot of AIDS in Europe. Look, let me tell you something. These dudes, these suspected, these SWSs, they be out here into bestiality. There's thousands of websites with bestiality where these zaddies are out here laying up with animals, man. I'm not making this up. There's thousands of websites. It ain't brothers on these sites. It's not brothers on these sites, family. In the system of white supremacy, they never like to show the white community looking weak, collectively weak under no circumstances. So showing a disease that's targeting a particular white group, they don't want to show that. They always have to flip it. Remember when AIDS first came out, AIDS was a white disease. It was primarily a white disease when AIDS first came out, remember? And they couldn't keep showing that image of white people dying with AIDS. Because remember, in the early 80s, let's go back for my people who are old enough. Let's get deep for my people who are old enough. Remember in the 80s when we first started hearing about AIDS? Let me see if my OG's in here. Who was the first big celebrity that got AIDS and died? The first big one. Let me see if somebody remember. It was an old white actor. Let me see who remember. Rock Hudson. Somebody got it. It was a white actor named Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson was a Hollywood legend. Rock Hudson was a Hollywood legend. And nobody knew it was gay because, well, they knew, but they just hid it. Hollywood hid it. Then when Rock Hudson came up with AIDS in the 80s, that shocked everybody. Because he was supposed to be a manly, macho man. A lot of people, white people, grew up on Rock Hudson. Remember, the 80s was all about reliving the 50s. In the 80s, remember, the 80s, the whole vibe in the 80s, a lot in white society in white society in the 80s, everything was really about reliving the 50s, going back to the 50s. The 80s, they would pay homage to a lot of shit from the 50s. That's why Ronald Reagan, I think that was one of the reasons why he got elected, because he was a 50s actor. The 80s, you had shows, you had shows like Sha Na Na, Happy Days was still popping in the 80s. You had, movies like Back to the Future popping off in the 80s. All these 80s themes. I mean, all the 50s themes, 1950s themes. You had a lot of music. Billy Joel, his album sounded like a 50s record. So there was in white society, there was this 50s thing. So to have a beloved 50s actor from the 50s die of AIDS, and so many other white people starting to die of AIDS, that was collectively bringing down the esteem of the white community. Then you had like Freddie Mercury. You had all these white people getting AIDS. You even had white porn stars, people like John Holmes, who was a major white porn star in the 70s and 80s. John Holmes was a legendary white porn actor. He got AIDS because he was over there in Sweden somewhere fucking dudes doing gay porno on the low. So you had some big name people in the mainstream world and in the underground world, mainstream white people who's supposed to be macho, these macho manly white men being exposed as being gay. Because see, back then, it wasn't the white dudes, you couldn't say that they were using drugs or whatever. They were getting it because of gay sex. So in the 80s, if these white dudes got AIDS, it's like, bam, you just exposed their sexuality too. You understand? Yeah, Rock Hudson died in 85. He was one of the first big ones. Yeah, John Holmes in 88. Yeah, Boogie Nights, the movie Boogie Nights is really loosely based on John Holmes, by the way. So, in the 80s, all these white, Greg Louganis, yeah, the Olympic guy, the swimmer Olympics, yeah. So all these prominent white people were dying of AIDS. So they had to change that image. They had to change the image of that. They couldn't show all these white people falling out with AIDS. So they had to focus on Africa. Well, look at all this AIDS in Africa. Look at all this AIDS. So it had to be refocused. So they had to underreport the white people on AIDS. Or I say on AIDS, but getting AIDS. You're not on AIDS, but they had to underreport it and overreport black people. You did? It changed to blackface. They had to blacken it up. AIDS babies. They really went wild with magic. You did? Yeah, and then a lot of black people started getting it in strange ways. A lot of heterosexual black people started getting it. Arthur Ashe got it from a blood transfusion. You did? Black people started to get injected with it. They were taking it over there to Africa. Then all of a sudden, all these African villages are getting it. All of a sudden, all these black people just start just getting it overnight. You understand? It just popped over to black people like, bam. You did? So the image of they had to blacken it up now. But all those AIDS cases in the white community, where do you think they went? Come on, let's be real. In the 80s, and this is why we're talking about all these people in the 80s, and these are prominent people who were getting AIDS and HIV. These are prominent people. So you just imagine the people who are not in the spotlight. You had all types of, did Robert Reed have it too? I heard rumors of that too. But you had all these white people who had it. It didn't get cured in their communities. You did? If all these white people had it, how come they're not reporting it no more? What happened? You see Charlie Sheen, all these people. Look, remember Charlie Sheen, he outed himself. Charlie Sheen outed himself. You did? And speaking of Easy, and I talked about this before, when Easy was in the hospital, dying, and Easy, he turned bad overnight with it. You had some doctors from the Nation of Islam giving him some an African drug called Kimron. I think that's the name of it, and he was actually starting to get better. And the doctors there and the people around him didn't want him on that. They didn't want him on that. And I've heard some other things, some other rumors about the hospital and the people connected. I've heard a lot of shit on the streets about Easy being up there at that hospital at Cedar Sinai, and some of those people, those doctors, were connected with Jerry Heller. Some of those, they were Jerry's people, something like that. I've heard a lot. Yeah, it's the white kid who had it. He was on Oprah, I think. No, ain't nothing to do with no Suge Knight. Oh my God! Let me tell you something. They had that white. It was a white kid, Michael White. He was on. He had AIDS, and boy, they were parading him around. Now, you don't do this to no black kids. You don't parade no black kids around, but who got AIDS. But they had that white kid parading him around who had AIDS, and boy, man, like Ryan White. Elton John. Oh, they made a big deal out of that. When that white kid got AIDS, yeah, he was on Oprah. Oprah crying, well, edges sweating out. They made a big deal about Ryan White. They made a hell of a deal about that. All these little black AIDS babies, ain't nothing but a white kid got it. You better call David Bowie, call Elton John. We need Michael Jackson. I just want y'all to understand. They make AIDS they got a black face on AIDS now. In the 80s, white people were dying left and right. Big name white people were falling out like flies in the 80s with AIDS. And then they stopped talking about it. Do you understand? So many white celebrities were dying because of AIDS. And then suddenly they just stopped talking about it. You know? Man. So the AIDS is still there with a lot of these zaddies. They just don't talk about it. That's all it is. The AIDS didn't go nowhere. The HIV didn't go nowhere. You did? They just stopped talking about it. Yeah, Studio 54, please. That was Sodom and Gomorrah. Studio 54. That place was Sodom and Gomorrah. They were doing all types of stuff at Studio 54, places like that. You know? Man. I'm not saying that to disparage anybody. You dig? Anybody getting any kind of deadly disease. That's not the business at all. But I'm just talking about how they racialized the coverage of it. You dig? So the point is, some of y'all ladies out here, y'all getting a zaddy, and zaddy's trying to have gutter sex with you. No telling what the dude is into. He's into all types of weird, strange porn. Don't jump out the water into the frying pan just because zaddy's lusting over you. And you think that it's because he's more romantic than brothers. No, is that he looks at that black skin as exotic, and a lot of these dudes, and I talked about this on one of my broadcasts the other week. You have some of these white supremacists who know they have AIDS and they knowingly spread it to sisters. Like that white supremacist in Kansas. He was a KKK member who had AIDS, and he would go around befriending black people and having sex with random black women and giving it to them. His own daughter admitted this. And he ended up killing a sister because she was about to expose him. He chopped her body up. Y'all better understand these zaddies and how they really think. Understand, white supremacy is a religion. And they'll go on a jihad for their religion. They're like, I'm going to die anyway, so let me go on a jihad and sacrifice myself for the religion of white supremacy. These people are serious. So sisters, and brothers too, because brothers got this thing too. You think laying up with Becky because she's gushing over you some Negro dick that you special, that you got her. Oh, I got this bitch wrong. God, your cock is so huge and black. That don't mean shit either. She get out that bed, she's still controlling your ass. Even if she's acting docile and submissive, she's still in control, nigga. Y'all better understand that. Becky's still in control of your ass. You dig? Because when you get out that bedroom, all she got to do is get on the phone. The minute y'all on the outs, y'all fall out or whatever. You know, I was drugged. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, I had his cock in my mouth, but I was on drugs. He drugged me like Bill Cosby. They got all types of get out of jail free cards with your ass. Oh, they could say they were drugged, they were coerced, all types of shit. And don't let you have some paper. They getting that paper. Oh, they getting that paper. Yeah? They getting that paper from your ass. Ask Lionel Richie's white wife, his white ex-wife. The black one didn't get all that. Lionel Richie's black wife didn't get too much, I don't think. Brenda, I don't think Brenda Richie got that much. That's why Brenda was whooping ass. Brenda whooped Lionel's ass and the white woman's ass. My old school folks know about that. Lionel Richie's black wife, Lionel was married to a sister. You know, he had her way back in the day. And then he started messing around with his second wife on the low, the chick who would become his wife. Brenda Richie went over there, and I think she whooped both their ass with a bat. She went over there and beat the brakes off both their ass. He's like, what's the name of you? I know that album is All Night Long, and that's how long I'm whooping your ass. All night long. You're going to get a long ass whooping tonight. She whooped both their ass all night long. You dig? See, back then, you didn't fuck with them sisters back then like that. They brought up on your ass with it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a true story. Look that up. Brenda Richie lit his ass up, both of them. And Lionel, he married that white lady. And when she broke his ass, Lionel, that nigga, she got that nigga's pockets. I think that nigga married her and didn't do no prenup. I don't know, but she got a gang of money out Lionel's ass. She got a gang of money. He was on Oprah crying like, I want it back. I'm like, nigga, you better call Brenda, nigga. Shit. Randy Jackson getting cleaned out. Hey, shit. Yeah. Kim Kardashian, she's already setting it up. You know, I was on ecstasy when I fucked Ray J. Oh Lord, they all. It was always a drug. That's their get out of jail free card. It was a drug. Now she's gonna do the same thing with Kanye too. When they eventually, because that ain't gonna last. It's too much of a mess. So it's gonna be, oh, Kanye was on the pipe. I was on the pipe. I didn't know what I was doing with Kanye. He was abusive. I'm telling you, that book is coming. When Kim Kardashian gets older, boy, she got a book. She's gonna do a tell-all book about her life that's gonna sell in the millions. That's coming in about 10 years from now.